Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Just Nerds here with another episode of Just a Podcast. This is episode 7, right? I think.
I'm not sure. I will check on that.
I'm pretty sure it's 7, but I'm gonna call it 7 anyways, even if it's not. But um, so a lot has been going on in like the media, just with different stuff right now, and I guess we both had some questions. We had stuff we just wanted to bring up, talk about. So grab a refreshment, get out your homework, and listen to us babble. You ready?
Yes, it is podcast number 7.
Okay, cool. So I was ha. That's right, guys.
Nice.
I know my own channel. All right, so I just wanted to start with some TV show questions, and the first of which being about Young Justice, because I remember you messaging me about Netflix might be bringing back season 3, right? Right, might be bringing it back for season 3,
Yeah.
and so I rewatched season 1, and I've
Hmm.
never seen season 2 yet. So when I watched season 1, and at the very end, I paused. I didn't jump right in. I was kind of like, do I really want to jump into season 2? I hear crazy things about it. So I was like, I'm gonna take a day off. I need to think about this. I need to prepare myself for what's gonna happen. And so I turn it on and I start it, and I was just like the first episode alone was like, what the heck just happened? Like I was like,
Yeah.
what in the world is going on?
Who are these people?
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! When did this happen? And I think it hit me just how out of touch I was when Miss, and I think the third or second episode, I'm not sure, but Miss Martian is talking to Beast Boy, and she's calling him Garfield, and he's calling her brother. I'm like, oh, did
Yeah.
another
Wait,
Martian?
what?
I was like, oh wait, did another Martian come by? And I was all like, and then I literally paused the episode, slammed my hands on the table, and I'm like, holy crap! That's the kid she saved with the blood transfusion.
Yep.
And I
I
was
was like,
like,
what?
what?
Garfield. Like Garfield. That sounds. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's Beast Boy.
I was like, what the heck? How did I? What? What? Like I was like, oh, what? Oh, huh? What? Like I was just like, my mind was like blown. I was like flipping out. I was all like,
Yeah.
what
My first
the
thought. My first thought
heck?
was Wait. So like you're saying brother and sister? Was she like kind of adopted by the family because
Right?
that's like her Earth family now.
Yeah, right. And then
So like she needs to be like authentic, for like records and stuff. Like,
mhm.
but then you find out, oh, like the mom, like, oh, that's why. Okay,
Yeah, right. That was so. Yeah, that was a that was a shocker.
yeah,
And then it seemed to get, and I use this term because I have no other one to say it. It seemed to get worse with that. Like not like the show overall in quality got worse, but like it seemed to just like throw all these like, holy crap, what the heck happened? Like,
hmm,
you know what I mean? Number one, everybody's older, like older as heck, except
yeah,
Superboy, except Superboy. But they gave an explanation for that, so that's good.
hmm.
By the way, when you first told me that you didn't think, or like you thought Superboy got a lot better between season 1 and season 2, I was like, oh, you know what, we'll see. Because even though in season 1 he was kind of like just an angry jerk, like the Hulk or something, like I at least felt like his personality was at least in some way justified. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, but when I watched season 2, I was like, dang, he's a lot better. Like, oh
I
my
know,
gosh,
right?
he rocks now. Like I was
Like
like,
he actually has like he thinks now. It's like, oh,
yeah,
thank God.
he's not the
Oof.
Hulk.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. So I just wanted to bring up the fact that I haven't finished season 2 yet. I'm a little over halfway done. I'm
Hmm.
almost there. I was watching it today, and I tried to marathon it before we did this, but I was like, ah, I wanna do some other stuff first. So, but I'm almost done. But I just wanted to kind of talk about it because it might be coming back. What do you think of season 2 overall? Because you've seen the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So compared to season 1, how do you feel about season 2 as of right now, like as it stands?
I thought season 2 just brought so much into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forget, but that's because I haven't seen it in a while. But Justice League Unlimited, that's kind of what they did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just brought in a bunch of other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of like the Justice League Unlimited of, of Young Justice, just because it brought so much in, like all these different characters that, um, well, I kind of didn't know a lot of the characters, like Lagan.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, who's this? So I thought it was just so cool that they introduced
Mm-hmm.
Blue Beetle, Lagan, all these different other people.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, yeah, I thought it was definitely weird just because the time skip and all this other stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was just such a great progression that they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think if there's any problem that I kind of had, it's that it's more so just a personal thing. I kind of wish we would have been able to see like how Blue Beetle became part of the Justice League, or how Beast Boy got part became Beast Boy, I guess, and like just like
Mhm.
how that all happened,
Yeah.
rather than just having to kind of explain it to us, over kind of just not they don't really gloss over it. I'm glad they don't just gloss over it. Like they don't just say, "Oh yeah, remember that?" And then your audience is like, "No, no, I don't remember that." But uh I think, cuz I think season 1, in my personal opinion, is one of the greatest animated superhero like TV shows ever. Like just the
Yeah.
season 1 alone was
Really
that
good.
good. And season 2 is definitely raising the stakes. You know what I mean? It's definitely it's changed in tone, because season 1, it had a lot of depth and complexity, and like, it was a great show or a great season. Season 2 just takes that up to a whole new level with like these crazy new characters, these crazy new um situations that it's just like crazy. Like Miss Martian's like basically like putting people in comas and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just going nuts, you know what I mean? Like you can just see the progression from season 1 to season 2, and it is just that much higher. um but overall, I think it's pretty great. So I'm excited to see how it ends. I kind of have an idea of how it ends,
hmm
but you know, but because we both know what kind of how it ends, I wanted to bring up, where do you think? Because if this actually happens, if Netflix actually does decide to say, hey, Young Justice was a great success here, let's give it a season 3, because Greg Wiseman, the writer, by the way, I love that guy. That guy's awesome. He wrote like Spectacular Spider-Man and in this, so I love
So
that
much
man.
great stuff.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. But I feel so bad because like everything he makes gets canceled. So, but him and the voice actor for, I believe, Aqualad,
Yeah.
you were making tweets saying like, "Hey, watch the show, buy the DVDs. We could be getting season 3." And so I think my biggest question is like, if it ends the way we both know it ends, where the heck are they gonna start? You know what I mean? Are they gonna start with just kind of taking the heroes that are quote unquote gone, and just kind of say, well, their sacrifices, they happened, they did what they had to do. Now let's focus on this brand new generation we have. You know what I mean? Or do you think that they're going to somehow, I'm assuming cleverly, because that's usually how they do things, bring the heroes back? You know what I mean? What do you think?
It's very tough because I didn't really think about that.
I didn't either until I started watching it. And I was all like, if this ends the way everybody says it ends, what are they going to do for season 3? Because, like, I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it'd be very weird if they started just like traditionally, like, oh, this is the next season, just because it's been so long since we've had it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's never really stopped shows in the past, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I feel like a way maybe they could do it, since it's been such a long time since it's been on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like s- I really don't know. Maybe that's why it's hard.
I know,
But
right? It's a hard thing to call, because, and I think that's a great thing that's been shown about the writing in the show, is that they keep you on your toes. You really don't know what's coming next. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but maybe like because I feel like somehow they would have to, just because it happens a lot. Like they would have to find some way to bring Wally West back.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already know him. He dies at the
Yeah.
very end.
Yeah. He becomes like he goes into Speed Force. Am I correct?
It's
Or something like that.
I don't want to spoil, but it's like I don't think it's the Speed Force, but they definitely could do that just because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter how you die. If you're a speedster, it doesn't matter if you die like speed related.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're just killed like with a knife, do you still go into like Speed Force heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it
Oh,
works?
I don't know. The Speed Force is kind of weird, and it's something that I've never really understood. And I have a feeling that the writers don't even understand how it works.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, let's make up some more rules. Um, because the Speed Force, as I was introduced to it, was like the way they time travel, or like cross through dimensions, or just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's how Wally West outruns Death, or like the Black Flash and stuff like that. That's how Flashpoint happens. That's how all that stuff just goes on. Um, so I don't know. What I have a feeling that whatever characters that they did kill off, I feel like they would want to bring them back,
Mhm.
just because they were what founded the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, so I feel like they would bring them back because uh, I feel like in a way it just sort of makes sense. And beyond that, it's DC, so everybody they kill they bring back. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So I feel like the best way they could is that because like the way Wally West dies, you could kind of connect it to Speed Force.
mm-hmm,
So I think maybe a good way just to match with the fact that the show's been gone for so long is that Wally West is like in Speed Force heaven
mm-hmm,
or whatever it is, and somehow he finds a way to come back to life.
mm-hmm,
And when he comes back, like everything's different, just kind of how the way season 2 started.
mm-hmm,
So I feel like that might be an interesting way to start it out. That's the only way
mm-hmm.
I could think that would be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of yours, is like he ends up in like alternate dimension, has to find a way back or something like that. You know, but it'll definitely, in my opinion, it'll definitely be interesting to see if that actually happens, because I don't really know at this point, because I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have a question to ask? You want me to just go on with my next one?
Well, recently, I don't know if this is in your notes or not,
Mm-hmm.
but recently a show that we used to watch in our childhood got renewed or rebooted on Cartoon Network.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, but
I am talking about the Powerpuff Girls.
okay, yeah. So, okay, I was like,
Yep.
did they? Is it? I'm like, Samurai Jack. Did it come back? Like, no. But have you seen it?
Uh, I haven't seen, well, just because I don't have television here at college,
Uh-huh.
but I saw like a few. I don't know if there were clips. Wait, well, I guess my question is, have you seen it?
I have not,
Okay, well,
but I have seen clips along with you. Um,
yeah. So, because the way Powerpuff Girls was that like one half-hour thing, or were they like two 15-minute things?
yeah,
In the
they did. They did two 15 minutes.
Okay,
Some,
then
I think only maybe occasionally they did uh one whole episode with a break in between, but I'm pretty sure for the majority they did um two 15-minute shorts.
okay. Well, I don't think it was 15 minutes, but it's probably
Well, two
shorter.
two whatevers, you know,
Yeah,
two shows, one episode.
yeah. But it's probably what you saw, but it was like short, like maybe 3 to 5 minute things
Yeah.
showing like the show,
Mm-hmm.
and it. Okay, so I saw like maybe two or three, and
Mm-hmm.
it looked pretty funny. Like they're obviously going more comedic, not more serious like the other one
Mm-hmm.
was.
Yeah.
But apparently I hear like in the beginning it starts off like, oh, this is kind of like the Powerpuff Girls, just a little different, more comedic.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the more it goes on, the more you realize, yeah, it's not the same Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I've heard it's actually funny. I was just watching a video on it because I was curious, and the guy was saying like Powerpuff Girls is my favorite show or favorite cartoon of all time. And he said basically watching this wasn't easy. It's not the same thing at all. And it's kind of like he said he brought up the evidence that before this show came out, I guess they had merchandise already made. And he said, as opposed to when the very first Powerpuff Girls by Craig McCracken, when that came out, it became popular. Then they had merchandise. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like one of those things that I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing, Cartoon Network. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's there because they're like, oh yeah, nostalgia equals money. Let's do that. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
pretty much. And even the stuff I've kind of seen with it, like they have a lot of more things with memes and pop culture
Yeah.
and social media. And I don't know if you've seen, but there's this scene where Bubbles and Blossom, they're twerking apparently.
Oh, what?
They're twerking with a panda and on like a. So you remember Lego Movie? I forget
Yeah.
what it was called. But it was like the really magical place, like the clouds and all that.
Oh, Cloud Cuckoo Land or whatever.
Yeah,
Cuckoo Land.
so it's kind of like that kind of place. Like there's clouds and rainbows, and
Uh,
there's like a panda, and I don't know what's going on, but they look like they're high. I know that I'm sure it's explained due to a different reason, but it looks like they're high and they're with the panda, and they're
hmm.
twerking for some reason.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm. That's a thing that I've seen a lot of cartoons do nowadays. They just put social media. They put I'm sorry, not social media. They put like whatever's like popular now. They put pop culture in, like very like, and I mean like recent pop culture in, like stuff that won't last. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it
Like,
looks weird.
yeah, no, it's I don't know, man. I haven't seen it. I actually was like, I saw the like a trailer or something. I was like, hey, man, could be pretty cool.
Yeah, same.
Powerpuff Girls have been gone for a long time. Maybe they'll come back, and hey, who knows? Maybe this will be like the first reboot that's actually better than the original. From what I hear, it's not even
Yeah,
close. But
I hear. I hear. Well, so for Teen Titans Go, did you enjoy Teen Titans Go?
uh, here's where I stand on Teen Titans Go. I think it's okay. I think some moments are um super stupid, and they're like, I don't know if I've ever told you how I judge cartoons, but if your cartoon gives me a headache by the end of like one or two episodes, I don't think it's a good show. If it
Mm,
doesn't, then I'm good, because I can marathon something like Animaniacs or Looney Tunes, but
yeah,
I cannot ever marathon something like Annoying Orange or Uncle Grandpa, because those shows suck.
yeah,
Um, but with Teen Titans Go, I think it's an interesting idea to have like DC comic characters as cartoon characters, but I don't think it should have been the Teen Titans. I feel like it should have been anybody else. Like, I don't know. I feel like you could have even done the Justice League and it would have been funnier, just because I don't
yeah,
understand why you did Teen Titans.
yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember Joseph, like he really hated it. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
But my stance on it is that I think it's pretty good. I haven't seen a bunch of episodes, but from what I've seen, it's pretty decent. It
Hmm.
is super dumb, obviously,
Yeah,
but
no.
I do think it's pretty funny at times from what I've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it is pretty funny at points, but I also think at some points it's just like, this is
Yeah,
stupid. Like, why am I watching this? Like, I
yeah,
don't want to watch this.
yeah, and
And then
obviously it's not like the original Teen Titans.
at
It
all,
can
but
never
like,
be like it.
yeah,
But
no,
the
yeah,
reason why it gets a pass for me is that it's obviously not trying to be the old show.
hmm,
Like it's not pretending to be something it's not. Like, yeah, we took the characters and we're doing something more comedic.
yeah,
Like it's completely separated from the old show,
hmm,
which is why I give it a pass because the old show still exists and it's not like this is a sequel and it's ruining it.
hmm,
It's just its own separate thing, just making it more,
hmm. I don't
kiddie.
know, because it's kind of weird, because that's actually kind of funny that you bring that up. But it's in this show, I actually saw an episode where I forget what the episode's called. I think it's called like uh they get serious or whatever,
Hmm.
and it's bad, because it's this episode that basically mocks not only it mocks the original Teen Titans, and then it mocks the people who want Teen Titans Go to be the old Teen Titans, or like I don't know. It's super weird. I'll have to show you a video. I'll have to send you a clip or not a clip, this video. This guy talking about it. It's actually really interesting because it's like, why? Like I don't know. It's super weird, but
yeah.
No, I personally just think, why Teen Titans at all? Because like, why not someone who we've never like seen before? You know what I mean? Like you have like in the DC universe, like back in the 60s and 50s and 70s or whatever, you had the weirdest characters ever. Why not just resurrect them and make something whole? Yeah, you have a detective Chip. Like you have a monkey who's a detective. Seriously? Like you're not going to use that? Like that's great. But no, you decide, you use Teen Titans, which why? I don't know. And you got the original voice actors too, which is like, you went to that much trouble just to make this authentic when it's weird. Like, why? But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess something versus. Have you ever seen Shaolin Showdown? Like, was it a show that was on back in the day?
Is it with the little monks?
Yeah.
Yeah, little bald-headed monks. I saw it's on Netflix. I watched an episode, and I can't really remember anything from it. I remember just watching it and being like, and then like a week later, I was like, wait, what happened again? Like, I don't know. I think I was doing homework or something, so I might not have been paying attention, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think the one on Netflix I'm looking right now. Yeah, that's Shaolin Chronicles.
Okay.
So Shaolin Showdown was the original show. It was on when we were kids.
Okay.
It was on. I'm pretty sure it was on Cartoon Network or Kids WB, one of those, or maybe both. But I thought it was a really good show. It's pretty much you have these people who practice martial arts, and they each have like each one of them has an element that they use, and they get these artifacts that are very powerful. That's pretty much the whole premise of the show. And they do the Shaolin showdowns to get the different items. And it was a pretty good show. It was obviously a kid show, but it could get pretty serious at times. And I remember just really loving it as a kid. And then I heard it was getting a reboot just out of nowhere. Okay, I'll get into it, but I saw the first episode, and I just thought it was so bad. Because
the reboot?
Yeah, so Shaolin Chronicles
is the reboot.
It's the second show.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why, but they changed some things, like the dragon. I'm pretty sure it was green before in the original, and now it's like yellow and red.
He talks, right? The dragon talks. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now I remember that part. I don't know why, but I think I saw that and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. So like one example is that I'm pretty sure his colors are changed now from the original show, just because of, I don't know, copyright or some things. I have no idea. But they had some redesigns on other characters. But then also the new character is like a clone character of. He's the short yellow dude.
Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a clone character of Omi, who was the main character. And I was just thinking, like, why? Why are you having a clone character of probably the most annoying character, even though like he wasn't too bad? It was just, I guess looking back, I would say he was the most annoying. I was like, why would you have a more childish version of the main character? That's weird. And just the whole style, it looked more comedic, and it just looked really dumb. But the weird thing is that it's weird because it's kind of like a reboot, but it's kind of not. Like it's kind of a sequel, but also kind of not. Just the way the original series ended.
Just kind of like there.
Yeah, it's I don't know how it fits, and I guess. Like versus Teen Titans Go, it's clearly like its own thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of how Powerpuff Girls is. Like it's kind of a reboot, but it's trying to be like the old show, but not really. Yeah, so I feel like that's the place for the Powerpuff Girls reboot is right now.
It's just like, there.
Yeah, like I hear it tries at points it tries to be like the old show, but doesn't succeed that well, and the new stuff is just kind of like why? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's it's pretty interesting, and it's one of those things that again, like I think we were talking about this when we were talking about Ghostbusters, but it's one of those things that's just like, why change or why try to redo what
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be redone? You know what I mean? Like it's
Mm.
fine the way it is. You know, so I don't know, but anyway, so I wanted to if we're gonna keep on talking about TV shows, I actually wanted to ask you, do you remember when they announced the CW announced an animated series for Vixen?
No.
You do not.
No.
Okay, because they did, and they did it like 2 years ago, like 2015, 2014, I think.
What?
I'm not sure which day it is, but
They announced it or it came
they
out?
I don't I have no idea. That's what I was about to ask you. I okay, so they had an animated series in the style of in the art style, I should say, of Young Justice, and it was
Yeah.
supposed to tie in to Arrow and the Flash. I guess I think more so Arrow, but
Mhm.
it was an animated version, and it was going to have like Stephen Amell and the guy who plays Barry Allen. It was going to have them
Mhm.
play animated versions of their characters, but I have no idea where it went because I don't know if it actually did air. It hasn't aired yet, or if it even exists anymore. Because when I look it up on Google, it comes up. Like I just
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, it exists. So that
Yeah.
it
I
exists, but I don't know if it like actually existed.
I feel like I did hear about this. Like I heard about they made a Vixen animated like short series,
Hmm.
but I didn't know it was like this. Like this was the
Yeah.
actual thing.
Exactly. Like that was like what the because I remember I was looking up DC shows because I was all like, oh yeah, what else do they do? And I looked and I was all like, Vixen. And I was all like, oh my gosh, that's right. I remember they were gonna do this. It was gonna be this cool thing. And then I was all like, where did that go? Did that even happen?
Well,
And
apparently you can watch it on CW Seed.
CWC.
Seed, like a tree seed or fruit seed.
Oh, seed. I thought you said C. I'm like CWC. What's the extra C for? CW children?
Yeah, so apparently you can watch it on that.
Really? I wonder if it's any good. Anyways, I just wanted to ask because I didn't know
Yeah, I
anything
had no
about it.
idea.
Yeah, see, it's weird, right? Like, because
Yep.
nobody knew about it, but I guess it's like I don't know. Anyways, moving right along. I have a question though. Have you seen? Okay, let me ask you a better question. How big of a fan of you are you are you of the TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I would say I was a big fan when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
so pretty decent
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, me too. I'm pretty casual. Have you seen the Nickelodeon animated series?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, me too. I've been watching it. Um, my friend let me borrow like some of his DVDs because he's like a huge, major like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. And
Yeah,
I was watching it. I was all like, this is good. Like, wow,
yeah,
it's funny. Like that's a show that to me does a great job of blending comedy and action together. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Because
yeah,
like every turtle, I feel like has their quirkiness, like their funny stuff, but like then they also can have their serious moments. You know what I mean?
yeah. I remember it worried me at first because I was thinking, oh, like another Ninja Turtles thing on Nickelodeon. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know about that, and then I saw the trailer, like, oh, it's the 3D animation, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very fond of. Like, obviously 2D is better.
Mm.
But when I saw it, I thought, wait a minute, this is good.
Yeah, I know, huh?
And then like even the art style I think fits pretty well because
Yeah.
they're turtles and you have all these different creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's a good show.
Yeah, me too. I 100% disagree. I not disagree. I
Interesting
100% agree.
disagree.
No, I agree.
Disagree.
I agree. I hate the TMNT. These guys suck. Was freaking worst superheroes ever. No, I'm kidding. It's great. It's awesome. But yeah, no, I really like it. That's all I really wanted to say about it. Is that
Huh?
it's good. I
Yeah,
like it, and
good.
whoever doesn't watch it, you suck. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I'm calling you guys out.
It's a bold claim.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. Anyways, but this is the biggest question that I kind of wanted to get to.
Okay.
What do you think DC should do if for their next big animated series? What character should they focus on? What team do you think they should focus on? Like, what do you think they should go for? Because right now, in terms of DC TV, in the animation department, we don't have anything except Teen
Yeah.
Titans Go. But a lot of people hate that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think they should do next? Because Young Justice Season 2, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about Young Justice Season 2, and I'm glad you brought up the point about how it's so big, is Young Justice Season 2 is so big in the sense that I feel like every single DC comic character is in that show in some way.
Yeah.
Like, it's big. Like, I think that actually kind of, in a weird way, kind of pushes Justice League Unlimited out of the way, because Justice League Unlimited had a lot of characters, but Young Justice Season 2 focuses on those characters. Like, it tells you who they are. It shows you who they are. So it's big. And beyond that, you know, we've seen so many different characters come onto the TV, you know, namely Batman, because Batman's had, I think, four, if we're counting Batman Beyond, 4 animated shows. So, but who do you think they should focus on this time? Or what team? Or what do you think they should do?
Dang, that's...
I know, right? It's a question that I'm kind of struggling with, too. But I did have one idea. I was thinking it would be because in a weird way, as much as I love the guy myself, as huge as a Batman fan I am, I think everybody's kind of tired of seeing Batman on TV.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, if you wanted to keep that Batman spirit in, I feel like a good idea would be to make an animated series about Batgirl. Because, like, look how good Supergirl's doing.
I thought it wasn't doing that well.
I heard it's actually doing really good. People like it, at the very least.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I heard it was going to get canceled, but then I heard that it just barely got saved. But I think that's because, like, I heard the first episode was like I think now, if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, that's like a 97%. So people clearly like it.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I was thinking Batgirl, because Batgirl most recently in like the New 52 or whatever in the comics just got like a massive reboot, and she's more modern. She's more like she's taken on a very different tone from the original Batman, and I actually think it fits her pretty well. And I was thinking that it would be kind of interesting to see Batgirl kind of go on her own in this case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I just think it would be interesting, because we've seen Batman done to death. We've seen Robin a lot, and we've seen, I just feel like Batgirl hasn't really had her time in the spotlight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just one of my ideas.
I think that'd be interesting, because we know that Robin has worked in the past, like with Teen Titans, Young Justice. So I feel like that could work. It's just, well, for me, like, from an idea that I can think of, it's just hard because they've done so many different shows with different characters that had their own success.
I also would love Superman to come back, because I feel like, Superman, because I've been watching the animated series on Amazon Prime or whatever. I don't know what it is, but something. I've been watching it. And I've been also watching Batman the animated series with my brother, and they are completely different shows, and it's smart the way they do that, because Batman is like serious and dark. They have mystery, they have drama, but Superman is like super fun. Like, there's like airplanes falling out of the sky, Superman saves them, alternate dimensions, other planets. It's crazy much. It's like crazy fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I would think that would be pretty cool to bring back like a Superman-ish sort of show. I think a character that can fill those boots with Superman, like say a Shazam animated series, would be kind of interesting.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because nobody knows Shazam, or like nobody talks about Shazam that much.
Yeah.
So I think Shazam would be a pretty cool, interesting choice. Those are basically the two that I would like to see.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any other like teams necessarily of
Yeah.
like because who's the heavy hitter of DC Justice League.
Superman.
Oh, okay. Well, the team. I mean, I mean you're right about that. But
Well, not anymore, apparently.
oh, what happened?
Well, no, Superman.
Oh, well, yeah, he's
Just
dead. But
because of what we've seen in.
I you know what, dude? I was writing out this list of questions that I had,
Yeah.
and I put BVS down, and then I was all like, I'm not talking about this movie, so I erased it. I was like, no, I'm not talking about this movie. I'm saving that for another video.
Okay, cool.
Um, anyways, okay, so I guess we're done with that discussion. But unless you had something else you wanted to add.
Oh no.
No, okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
But on to movies.
Actually, just a quick thing
Oh
for
no, go ahead.
TV. Just I don't know how many people who are watching have seen it, but recently I've been getting more into Doctor Who.
Ooh, how is it?
Actually, pretty good because so my thing with because a lot of people we knew in high school loves Doctor Who,
Yes.
and we were just like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but one day I was like, okay, I'll try to see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the most popular, at least I think, is David Tennant.
Mm.
And so on Netflix, I watched the first season, which is with Christopher Eccleston.
Mm.
Or is it Eccleston? I should probably check.
Eccleston. Whatever.
It's Eccleston. And then I got up to the first episode of David Tennant. And I thought, okay, like I got to where I wanted to go. It was only like 12, 13 episodes I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, that was decent. I could maybe kind of see why people like it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just because I got to my goal and I didn't hate it, but I just stopped watching.
Yeah, it's just kind of a pick up and watch. Yeah,
pretty much. I said, okay, I got my taste. I could kind of see why people like it. I'm done.
Mm.
But then I thought, you know what? Our friends are still talking about this show. I'll see how I feel about it again.
Mm-hmm.
I only saw the first episode of David Tennant. Apparently people love him. I'll see how it goes.
Mm.
And then I saw the next episode and I thought, that was okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great. And so that was the second time I picked it up and I just dropped it right away.
Mm.
But then here, a friend of mine, Justin, he's really into Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it. And I told him, the story of how I dropped it twice.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, that's not a good point because like Eccleston, that's not a great season, mostly because it was the reintroduction. So it wasn't, an amazing start.
Mm-hmm.
David, he's not a big fan of David Tennant. He's like, yeah, David Tennant's overrated pretty much.
Mm.
He's really overrated.
Mm.
We should really start with is Matt Smith, who was the third Doctor of like the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And so he showed me the first episode of that, and that was actually a pretty solid episode. I really enjoyed that one. It's pretty solid with the Matt Smith episode because pretty much that episode, I think it's called the 11th Hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much like another reboot kind of because it's a new Doctor and like pretty much the entire like a writing staff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that got replaced because like the showrunner was replaced, and I think all the other cast in terms of, like the writing, I'm pretty sure they left too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a new Doctor. I'm pretty. I hear that they like, from what I remember,
they like a completely like fresh start.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. It's a fresh start because the new writer, a completely new tone. They reintroduced all the characters and like the concept of Doctor Who. So apparently that's like a really good start. And he's been showing me season 5, which or we saw the entirety of season 5, which is really good,
Hmm.
or pretty good, I
Hmm.
would say. And so I've been watching, more of it with my friend Justin, and
Hmm.
I would have to say, yeah, it's actually a pretty decent show. Like I definitely see why people like it now.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you drank the Kool-Aid.
I drink the Kool-Aid.
No, but I do remember my brother's friend John coming over, and he wanted to show us this episode of Doctor Who, and he showed us the episode. I forget what it's called, but it's the one revolving around the Weeping Angels or something like that. The
Is it
concrete.
with Carrie Mulligan?
I have no idea any of the people in it.
Because I
All I
feel.
all I know is that it revolves around the Stone Angels things,
Mhm.
where they like where you're not where you have to keep looking at them, and then like if you don't, then they touch you and they do something to you. It's like
Yeah.
it was actually a really good episode. My brother was like freaking out next to me because they're actually really scary. But
Yeah. I think that's because I don't know if you remember, but was Doctor Who like in it a lot?
he was involved, but he wasn't the main focus. It was
Okay,
some
yeah,
blonde girl.
that's Carrie Mulligan. I'm pretty sure because I think it's
Okay.
called a Blink. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think that's
yeah,
the one. Yeah.
it's a David Tennant episode, and because apparently Justin told me that that's the place where a lot of people say you should start, just
Yeah,
because
and you
like
know what? I can see why. I can
yeah,
totally see why.
because like it doesn't include the Doctor that much, but you see him, he introduces kind of the concept a bit,
Yeah,
some
of
of
like,
the creatures that are in that world.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah,
so
agreed.
that's
It kind of sets up what it's going to be talking about.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of pretty much what I've heard is that it's between that one or the first episode with Matt Smith, which one you should watch,
yeah,
or like if it's not the first thing you see with Matt Smith, it should be like the second episode you see after that one.
yeah. That's I actually have heard that too. That's the thing that like everybody talks about is the little angel things, not the
Yeah,
little things.
because I think Justin showed me the first episode with Matt Smith, and then he showed me that episode.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad you finding another show to watch.
yeah. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
But now I'm
All right.
going back to David Tennant, which apparently is like okay,
Okay.
just because I can't like leave it behind. I have to see it at some point, so I might as well do
Hmm.
it now.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you. On the movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one question at the end of this that I wanted to know, but the first few are just kind of like things that have happened. Doctor Strange trailer got released,
Yes.
and so what do you think?
I think it looks really, really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, looks pretty awesome.
My brother's like dying for
Yeah.
excitement. He watched it. He was like, "That's gonna be the greatest thing ever," and I'm like, "Dude, why, man? Stephen Strange? I mean." He's like, yes, dude. Doctor Strange is so interesting. I was like, all right, man, whatever. I'm excited for it. I don't mean to sound like a douchebag, being all like, oh, Stephen Strange, he sucks. No, I'm kidding, man. He's actually pretty cool. So,
It looks pretty cool.
yeah, I'm glad. You know what though? I'm really glad that they got Cumberbatch to play him.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna be a pretty cool part. So it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
And then Civil War impressions. I think this is probably going to be like what the last time we talk about Civil War before it like actually hits theaters.
Hmm.
All right. So what do you think?
Of like what I've heard so far.
Yeah. What do you, like? Because I've heard. I think
It's amazing.
the only review that I've seen so far is IGN's, and surprisingly, they gave it a medium-sized score. Like I was kind of expecting it to be like a 9, but it actually got like I think a 6 or 7.
Huh.
So I don't. Now here's the thing. I didn't read why, and I'm glad I didn't because I didn't want to know. I just wanted to go and see it and be like, okay, this is my judgment of that. So I'm hearing it's just maybe it's not. So my expectations are right now, or at least my predictions are, I'm gonna come out of that theater being like, it was good, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna be as good as the first Avenger or Winter Soldier. So
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good praise for it. Like, I guess apparently for the people who've seen it already, like it's like for the critics, like the mass majority have said like they couldn't tell if it's better than Winter Soldier, which is like the most critically acclaimed, Marvel movie so far. Like people say it's probably the best Marvel movie so far, Winter Soldier, and they couldn't tell if Civil War was better. So I guess that's good just to hear that so far. But I'm not trying to get myself too hyped up, just because I don't want to overhype myself about it.
Yeah, no, me too.
But I am pretty
stay
excited.
calm, but it's
pretty excited. Jeremy Jahns, his review.
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, you did? I thought you saw the review.
No, well, I only saw the first part, and I was just okay, I don't want to know anymore. Like that's all I needed to know. I'm done. I want to go see the movie. So I mean, I don't care at the end of the day.
But I'm really excited to see Spider-Man in it.
Me too.
That should be really cool.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't seen too much of him, which is good, and apparently he's in it for a good portion, so I'm excited to see that stuff.
Good. I'm glad. And then I heard, I guess while we're talking about Spider-Man, I heard that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, same.
So good. It's nice to see Spider-Man getting some love, but
yeah. I don't know. Yesterday, apparently, famous video game person. I don't know what I was trying to say. Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear Solid. Apparently, he saw it, and he put it in 2 tweets. So he said, "Saw Civil War, amazing, fully satisfied, good story, good action, good theme." And in the second one says, "It's the sequel of Captain America as well as Avengers, full of service." I think he means like fan service. Full of fan service, but touches your heart. Masterpiece.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm getting excited now.
Yeah,
that's coming from Hideo Kojima, man. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, that's from Hideo Kojima. I feel like it's in good hands.
Yeah. All right. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll have to see still.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
Okay, me too. Me too, for sure. All right. And even though I have other things on this list, the big question that I wanted to ask you is, so the Jungle Book is doing remarkably well.
Yes.
It's doing, I think I checked Rotten Tomatoes. It has like a high 80 or a high 90. It's pretty up there. It is leading in the box office. So my question is, even though you haven't seen it, is this at all kind of changing your views of live action movies or live action remakes of classic animated films by Disney?
Honestly, and just to confirm, it's at 94 right now on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So that's really good. It's actually changing my mind a bit because I really want to see the Jungle Book.
Me too. For me, it started at Cinderella. I kind of went in there being like, okay, it feels like it's going to be like Maleficent. Wasn't huge on Maleficent. And then I came out being like, you know what? It's weird. They actually managed to take Cinderella and make it like more interesting. Like they made it far more human. And I was all like, that's wow. So, okay, it started at Cinderella, and now I really want to go see the Jungle Book. So, yeah, man. So it's interesting to hear how you started thinking like, you kind of were on the same boat as I was. I didn't think that the live action reboots were going to do that well. But then, Cinderella and then Jungle Book, and I was like, wow, okay, they could actually do it. You know what I mean? Like they can pull it off.
Yeah, because I made a video on it for those who don't know, and I said that I thought they were pretty much unnecessary, and why not just watch the animated ones because they're obviously gonna be better because they're classics. Yeah. But with Cinderella, I heard good things. I still have to see it. I will see it at some point.
Yeah.
But just like all the other stuff, Alice in Wonderland, which I can't believe is getting a sequel.
I know, right? That for me was a surprise too. I mean, I actually think that Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton one, isn't too bad. I have my problems with it. I just recently watched it, and I was all like, it's not that bad. It's just weird. Like it's just it's bizarre.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's Wonderland, but like it's bizarre for even Wonderland in some cases.
Yeah. And Snow White and the Huntsman, I thought that was a terrible movie.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah.
Well,
With
well, I guess not terrible, but it's pretty bad.
I heard the
I
sequel
thought.
sucks.
Yeah, and it got a sequel, which apparently is worse.
Yeah, but then like yeah, that's like.
Yeah, but I saw the trailer. Like I saw the full trailer after not seeing it for a while for a Jungle
hmm
Book, and I
hmm
thought, okay, like this is interesting. I'll see how
hmm
like it goes. Because
Yeah,
I knew it was John Favreau.
yeah. That's what
And,
that's exactly what got me. I was all like,
yeah,
if it's John Favreau, I have a good feeling about it
yeah,
because he usually produces
yeah.
pretty good stuff.
My first impression was thinking like, how did they do Jungle Book? That's so weird.
hmm
I don't know how they would do it.
hmm
But all the reviews apparently say it's really good, so I'm
Yeah,
super excited to see it.
yeah. But to an extent, looking down the road at what's coming next, in my eyes, there's still a lot of stuff that I just look at and be like,
Yeah,
do we really freaking need that? The
yeah.
biggest one for me, Dumbo.
Ooh, with Tim Burton
Like,
still.
yeah, exactly. That for me, when I think of it, I'm just like, I don't see the benefit. Number one, a live action Dumbo. I personally, and I think, I would hope a lot of people sort of in some way agree with me. I don't want to see that. Like, I really don't want to see that just because it doesn't sound good. Like,
Yeah,
it's Dumbo. You don't live action Dumbo. Like, would you want to see a live action Bambi? Heck no. Like it'd be boring. Like it's just
yeah,
animals. You know what I mean? Like, and even though the Jungle Book has good talking animals and apparently really good CG and stuff like that, like Bambi would not be entertaining. Like you're like I don't know. I just feel like Bambi and Dumbo from transition from pure animation to CG and whatever else they'll do would just make the movie feel less impactful.
yeah.
Yeah,
And for me,
that's.
the one I'm not looking forward to the most is Winnie the Pooh. So I'm thinking, what? Why are you
hmm
doing Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, that for me is just like it's ridiculous. Why Winnie the Pooh? Like it's one of those things. It's again back to Powerpuff Girls. It's one of those things again where you look at it and you're like, why? You don't need to. Winnie the Pooh is still going on. He had a movie like 3 years ago.
It was maybe 2012. I don't know.
Oh, it's like that's
2013.
okay. That's 4 years ago. He had a movie 4 years ago. You can still and that movie was great. I hear it was awesome.
It's
It made
it's 2011.
okay. Well, that's
Yeah, it's not that bad
5 years.
still.
Yeah, clearly you can still do Winnie the Pooh. My brother like said he cried during the movie.
Ooh,
So it's like it's one of those things that's like you can still do a good movie for Winnie the Pooh. A live
mhm.
action Winnie the Pooh would just be kind of creepy, like
Yeah,
a
I'm not
stuffed
sure how
bear.
they're gonna do it, but
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
I mean, the Big Friendly Giant. That looks fine.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg,
Mhm,
the guy is experienced. I think it's safe to
mhm.
say.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little bit amateur, but I think
Yeah, he's all right. You know,
he's all
a
right.
few good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like Indiana Jones, horrendous movie, but
Mm,
one of his first, so it's like
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah,
It's okay. You're excused.
yeah,
But no, Big Friendly Giant. Okay, we've never
yeah.
seen the Big Friendly Giant before.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Pete's Dragon. All right. Nobody remembers Pete's Dragon. Okay.
Which
Okay.
is still a weird choice though.
Yeah,
Peach
it's
Dragon.
still freaking weird. Have you seen the original art for Pete's Dragon?
I don't think so.
It's kind of like Roger Rabbit, and then not the
Mm,
movie. I'm just saying the art for it and stuff like that. It's like
yeah.
Roger Rabbit, and then they CG the crap out of it. I'm like, okay, this is terrifying now.
And
Uh,
Peter Pan, which interesting.
Well, Peter Pan's had like thousands of,
Yeah,
well, not thousands. I don't want to say thousands, but like a ton
yeah,
of
exactly.
live action. Like he just recently had one with Pan.
Yeah, which apparently was not good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this looks really cool, man. I
I
want to
know
see how
the
this would
trailer.
work,
I thought this looks amazing.
right? And it sucked, and I was like, what happened? How do you mess
Yeah,
up Peter Pan? But
yeah,
yeah, and then Beauty and the Beast for me is kind of like it's kind of iffy because I feel like it could work, but I feel like it shouldn't work, or at
yeah,
least I don't want it to.
yeah. I feel like
So,
just because the
um,
original movie's so good, I feel like it could work.
yeah,
But it's also like the original one was so good.
yeah, like that.
Why would you redo it?
That went for an Oscar, I think, for like Best Picture too, and that was like,
Yeah,
dang,
pretty sure it was the first one.
yeah. So that for me is like that's probably not gonna I feel like that's probably not going to beat out the original in terms of popularity. So,
Yeah.
but just again, I'm kind of with you. Down the line, not really sure how you're gonna approach that, because with Jungle Book and even Cinderella, I can see where you're going with it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like, all right, makes some sense. Alice in Wonderland, no. Because look through the Looking Glass, for me, was like, what the heck? Didn't we
Yeah.
finish Alice in Wonderland? When did this
Yeah,
come
I
in?
was so surprised. Like I think either I just heard about it on a website or when I was working on my video, I
Mm-hmm.
looked up Alice in Wonderland and it said sequel coming like in 2016 or 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Through the Looking Glass, I thought, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What is it? You know what's weird? What is it with studios and like putting out sequels that literally nobody asked for? And beyond that, how
Yeah,
many
that's
years
weird.
has it been since that movie came out?
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that movie, I think, when I was in middle school or high school.
Same, yeah.
That was a long time ago. And now, 2016, you're doing a sequel? I mean, unless you're pulling a Toy Story 3 where like, oh, it's however many years later. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, man, but it's something that you and me will definitely have to see about. So,
Yeah, hopefully turns out well.
yeah, I do have hope, but not with Beauty and the Beast. I kind of want that to burn. I'm sorry. The original's so good. It's just like one of those like, I hope you fail. Like I hope you suck. Like I don't know. That's bad. But yeah. So that was my biggest question for you. And I guess we could just quickly go over some video game stuff. Nothing really huge has happened in the video game realm, but except the fact that the longest running video game franchise is on its 15th installment, Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
So, so I didn't watch that hour-long direct thing. Did you?
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Or did you?
I saw the last bit of it
Uh-huh.
live, but then I went back and kind of skimmed through the important stuff.
As I know, I was like, oh my god, it's an hour. Like I was like, this is not a Nintendo Direct. This is a freaking like we're
Yeah,
gonna
it
give
was a
you the.
huge event.
I hearing. I got a Game Informer issue talking about FF15, and from what I understand, it's gonna be a massive game. Like it's gonna
Yep.
be huge, and
Yeah.
everybody's looking forward to it. So I mean, yeah, I still on Final Fantasy VII. I've never been to a Final Fantasy game in my life,
Hey,
so
yeah, it should
uh,
be the first one I beat. But because I remember I tweeted about it, just like all the
mhm.
things.
Yeah,
Um, wait, did you see those?
the tweets.
Yeah.
I did not. I don't think.
Okay, so I'm looking at them right now. So I thought it was pretty good. They announced
Mm.
a few. They announced a lot of things for those who don't know, like a short little anime series that they're doing for like
I
maybe
actually remember that. I
five or
remember
six
hearing about that.
episodes.
Mm-hmm.
A CG movie that's corresponding with the game.
Mm.
There's a few pointless things I thought. Like they announced, I guess I'm not sure if it's the main thing, but one of the songs for the game is "Stand by Me."
Like the song, really?
Yeah, the song "Stand by Me."
They got the rights to Stand By Me?
Yeah, and I forget which artist. I'll look it up right now.
Are they gonna Final Fantasy the crap out of it?
No, it's like a slow, more like a acoustic version.
Okay, that's nice.
But
Works for. I mean, works for me.
that was kind of Florence and the Machines, or Florence plus the Machines.
Oh yeah, Florence and the Machine. They're a good band. They're
But,
actually a really good band.
yeah, so I thought that was a weird thing to announce. It was kind of pointless. I was like, it's not really a big deal at all.
Wow, man! Final like that really makes you kind of realize that this game's huge. Like,
Yeah,
dang.
and then they did interviews with the voice actors for the
Mm.
movie, including Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Oh, really? Aaron Paul's gonna be in it? Is he gonna play the main character?
Yeah, not the main character of the game, but the main
Just the
guy from the
character in the
movie.
movie.
Yeah, and
Mm.
Sean Bean, who plays the father,
Mm.
which is weird because it's not the same cast from the game. They got a completely new cast for the movie.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, and kind of the way they did the interviews, because I don't know, it was kind of weird the way they did it. Like, this isn't that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But they really don't have much to say just because it's the movie, not really the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed some other stuff like the mini games or like
Aaron Paul, have you played
apps.
Final Fantasy? It's the one where you catch little things, right? Got to catch them all, right? No,
Yeah,
no, it's not.
it was kind of weird.
Uh-huh.
What's interesting is that they're trying to build because Final Fantasy VII has its own universe. Like has the game, then it
Yeah,
had a prequel game on PSP,
and then I
had
had a
another
movie.
game on the Wii. Yeah, it had a movie.
It was Final Fantasy VII, and then it was Shattered Memories or something like that.
Uh,
No,
well,
that's Kingdom Hearts. What the heck am I saying?
yeah, Crisis. It was Crisis Core on the PSP,
That's the one, Crisis Core.
and then
Okay,
I don't know what the Wii game was called. I think it was a Wii game.
it was about Zack or whatever his name is, right?
No, Crisis Core is about Zack.
Oh, Crisis Core was about Zack. Oh, I
Yeah,
always thought it was the Wii game that was about Zack.
no, the Wii game is about
Still don't know who Zack is.
someone.
Heck, I
Zack
barely
is
even know him.
like the predecessor of Cloud.
Or I mean, I kind of got that, but again, haven't beaten Final Fantasy VII. I own the darn game, but my brother's playing it right now, so I'm
Mm.
playing Earthbound or just whatever. I'm just playing games.
Yeah, so they had, or it was on PS2 actually,
mm.
the other one, and then they had the movie, Advent Children, which was a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Which
But
you know what? Everybody likes that costume more in Smash Brothers.
yeah, I think it's a pretty good costume.
I still don't. I can't. Like I'm fine with it, but I still think his old costume is just
Mm.
like I don't know. It's cool. I don't
For
know, but
me,
that's
yeah,
doesn't matter.
but yeah, but now they're kind of doing that right away because the world for Final Fantasy was like 10 years after I think the original game came out, which is weird.
Yeah. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard rumors that I could be wrong. Maybe I'm completely off. I'm probably completely off. But I heard that this is
Oh.
supposed to be involved with Final Fantasy VII in some way. Am I right? I think I'm wrong.
I'm not too sure about that. It's
Okay, I'm probably
probably
wrong.
not. Yeah, it's probably
I heard
not.
there was one game that did that. That was like actually supposed to be in the same universe as Final Fantasy VII specifically, but I don't know. So I don't think it's 15. It might be 14. I think.
It might have been 13, I think.
I don't know. 13 was kind of. I heard 13 sucks. I
No,
heard
no,
13.
I'm sure it is.
I heard
But
13 was pretty bad for the majority, but I heard 13 was pretty bad. I heard Lightning Returns was actually not too bad.
yeah,
And
I
I hear the most praise for 9.
9.
Like I hear FF9 is like the best Final Fantasy. Like I hear people pick that game over 7. And I was like, wow, really? FF7 has such
I
a huge following.
9? Really?
Yeah, Final Fantasy
No.
9.
I hear Final Fantasy 6.
I hear that one too. Actually, I hear 6. I hear about 7 the most because it's Cloud.
Yeah.
I hear about 6. I hear most about 7. I hear about 9.
And I hear about 10 too.
Yeah, I hear about 13, but mostly I hear negative things about 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm not sure with Final Fantasy 7, but Final Fantasy 13, they're supposed to build like this kind of universe.
Yeah.
Because they did 3 games, and I think they're gonna do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Final Fantasy 15, when it was still Final Fantasy versus 13,
Mm-hmm.
that was supposed to be part of the same universe.
Okay.
But because 13 had so much criticism, there's like, no, we're gonna make versus 13 into 15 with its own universe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so never mind.
yeah. So
They're probably going to release a Cloud costume anyway for 15. I'm assuming.
yeah, probably.
Probably
But
everybody. They
yeah,
did for Lightning. So.
yeah. So the Uncovered event was pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty good announcements. So they're putting a lot into that game.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like too.
And you heard they had to sell like 1 million copies to break even or like to make a profit.
Man, it's Final Fantasy though, so hey, you never know. That's one of the longest running game franchises for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
So it has to sell 10 million copies. My bad.
oh
10
boy.
million copies either to break even or to like make a profit on it.
Okay. I mean, hey man, we'll see.
Yeah, if it doesn't, oh my gosh, just It's
gonna
gonna be
say.
bad news.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to take some budget out of Kingdom Hearts 3. No.
No. Oh damn.
And somewhere in the magical kingdom, Mickey sheds a tear.
Oh god, no.
Hey man, actually, I have a question. What do you think is gonna perform better in terms of critical acclaim and sales? Kingdom Hearts 3 or FF15?
In terms of critical success,
In terms of like both financial, critical.
probably Final Fantasy 15, just because
Yeah,
it's a bigger demographic.
legacy. Okay.
Yeah, bigger legacy, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay. I don't know, man, because Kingdom Hearts 3, even though it doesn't have like a ton of titles and maybe like not as much legacy as Final Fantasy,
Hmm.
people adore that game. So I don't know, man. It'll be really interesting to
Yeah.
see when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in 3010 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah. God. Okay, and the last thing I think I wanted to talk about was PlayStation 4.5. Have you heard of this?
Ah, yes, and
Yeah.
PlayStation in 4K.
Yeah, I know. What do you think, man? Because people are talking. I read this article, and it was on Windows Central. So I think it was an Xbox user who was writing about this, and it was weird because he didn't really address it like, oh my gosh, PlayStation 4, look how terrible they are. It was kind of like just saying, okay, let me tell you what it is. And
Yeah.
it sounds like, because a lot of PlayStation fans are reacting in the idea that there's never going to be a PlayStation 5, that
Yeah.
it's going to be like a PlayStation 4.5, kind of like the Wii to the Wii U, sort of. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
In terms of the 4.5,
Yeah, just like
uh,
in general.
it's I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, just
Mm-hmm.
because 4.5 and because I think the 4K that's the only thing that's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they said some like they're gonna make games for it, but I think you can still play on PlayStation 4, like the original. It'll just not run as good, and
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
yeah, which is weird. But what was the thing I was gonna say?
It's sounding like to me the 3DS with the 3DS XL.
Yeah, pretty
That's what
much.
it feels like. It's basically just, but the difference between the 3DS and the 3DS XL is that I think the only game that you can't play on a regular 3DS, or the one that actually matters, is the Xenoblade Chronicles, which
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still need to buy. So
pretty much. Yeah. Oh, I think what it was is that developers aren't enjoying it very much, just
that's what I'm
because
hearing.
they'll have to work around both systems at the same time, which yeah, when you
Mm.
think about it, that's kind of odd. Like they'll have to do basically two different versions.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm kind of hearing too. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens when it actually comes out and how many people actually decide to go out and get that 4.5,
Yeah.
because it's one of those things that I look at and I'm kind of wondering, like, are people really going to go after this? Cuz you know what I mean? Cuz like
Hmm.
I don't see this as an Xbox 360 fiasco where people, where everybody's first Xbox broke down, it sucked, and then they were like, "Hey, buy this new black Xbox." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm seeing this more as a, like, we just want to make the PS4 better than it already is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's especially because I know it's getting more popular, but not everybody has a 4K TV yet.
Exactly. So for me, it's kind of the idea of like, is it really going to mean a thing in the long
Hmm.
run?
Yeah.
So I think, I'm sure as it gets closer to its release, we'll hear more about it. But I don't know if it's really going to be that big a deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
Because it's it sounds weird. You know what I mean? It sounds like what consoles do every now and then, where they like release the whatever they have, and then they get the criticism. They're like, oh yeah, we can make this better. So it's like, oh, we just screwed over everybody who bought the system day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of
Pretty
like Street
much.
Fighter. Kind of like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Street Fighter, um, except less fun and more money.
Mhm.
Um, But I was wrong, by the way.
Hmm?
For our last few podcasts, I thought Street Fighter V came out. Street Fighter V just came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I looked at that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But I hear it was actually exactly what I thought it was. It's like like they have a nice cast, but
No
they have
content.
they have nothing. Like
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah, when I heard the story mode was coming out like during the summer or something,
What the heck,
I
man?
thought, wait, what? You're putting in the story mode later?
Mm.
How can you get away with that?
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's not even like that's weird. That's
Mhm.
whatever, man. I'm sticking to Pokken for now.
Pokken tournament. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
how is that?
Um, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's probably gonna be my new Smash Brothers for a little while. But dude, okay, it might not be because I'm getting my butt kicked pretty massively,
Ooh.
man. I got like infinite comboed once, and I was like,
Oh,
okay, you know what? I don't want to play this game anymore. But it's pretty cool. I can definitely. I've already started. I've played as a few characters. I haven't tried out everybody. I've played as Blaziken, Pikachu, Machamp, and Charizard. Those are like the four that I use the most often. Um, I tried out some others, but they didn't work out very well. I can already kind of see who you're gonna like, just judging by how you play Smash Brothers. I'm kind of like, you know what? I think Jonathan's really gonna like this person.
Hmm.
So should be a very interesting thing if you ever get the game or when you ever get the game.
Oh
So.
yeah, I'll definitely get it at some point. Just gotta probably during the summer I'll get it.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I also today just arrived in the mail. I also got Star Fox Zero. Yes, I finally 10 years in the making. By the way, I did look that up. 10 years since the last Star Fox game, the last actual Star Fox game, not
Yeah.
a port to the 3DS.
Hey, that was a good game.
Oh no, it is.
Good
It's a
port.
fantastic game. But it's on the 64. I already have it. I don't need it. Back off, Nintendo. Don't take away
Ooh.
my nostalgia. I'm just kidding, Nintendo. I love you. Give me a kiss. I'm just
Wow.
kidding.
But very mixed things about Star Fox Zero.
I know. Personally, I played the first level like 3 times just because I wanted to like see if I could really see where people are coming from.
Mhm.
Because the biggest complaint I hear, controls suck.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're fine. Like I think it's just something that you do have to get used to, but it's like it's fine. Just play the game.
Like, how is it? Because one on the TV you see the plane, but on the gamepad that's where you aim, right?
Yeah. On the let's see. Like on the TV, you're seeing like the Star Fox 64 classic view
Yeah.
behind the plane, whatever. And then on the gamepad, you're seeing the cockpit. You're seeing the actual reticle, and you can move it and run around. It sounds. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually not that bad. Like the controls are actually pretty. They take some time to get adjusted to, but like I feel like that's okay. Like in the end, I actually did really good. I almost got the gold rank on my
Okay.
third attempt. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's clear that this is a game that you have to just keep playing to get better. And I'm like, that's kind of the point of Star Fox in the end.
Yeah. So
Is like,
did you have to use the gamepad like to aim, or was it fine not doing that?
I think you can turn it off. I did because I actually felt like it helped.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I was playing it and I was just kind of like, I'm gonna move around and use the thing because I feel like it would help at this point. And I was like, yeah, it did. Like it actually helped. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause I've heard mixed things, but then today I saw the completionist his video on it, and he like loved it. He said the controls are fine, like as long as you get used to it, like you'll be good.
yeah, I love the completionist. I feel like he's like the guy who's gonna give it to you straight.
Yeah, so I definitely want to get that game too. So many
Yeah.
games.
I know, right? It's freaking crazy. And my brother just bought Undertale on his new laptop, so I've been playing that.
Oh, you have. How is it?
Yeah. It's extremely interesting. Very different from anything I've ever played. It's a lot of fun. I haven't beaten it yet though, but I do want to. So
Yes. I think either just because I'm lazy or I have other games to play right now. But I do have it. It's just I have to play it.
Oh, you did get it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, I got it on Mac.
Oh, you did? You got it? Oh, really? You can get it on Mac?
Yeah.
How'd you get it on Mac? Tell me.
Steam.
Really? I thought you couldn't get it on Steam. Never mind. All right, cool. So
No.
I'll have to.
You can play games on Mac on Steam. It
Uh-huh.
just I don't know. It's probably the majority. Like a lot of games aren't on Mac; they're just on PC.
Hmm.
But like there are a good amount of games that are on Mac, including Undertale.
Hmm. Okay, sounds good to me. I'll have to check it out. I'll probably put it on my Mac and I'll play it. It's awesome,
Yes.
man. All right, so that's all I had to say. I mean,
Yep.
do you have anything else you wanted to add for?
I guess for games, Ratchet and Clank, the reboot came out.
Looks freaking
I
beautiful.
know
Oh
it
my
looks so
gosh.
good.
I was like, where is my Jack and Daxter? Where is my Sly Cooper? Where are they?
Mhm.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, like the game looks so pretty,
It's so beautiful.
and
Oh man, but
apparently,
go ahead.
apparently the game's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
I
sweet man. I
really
can't
want to
wait.
play it.
I'm like excited now. I wanted to play Into the Nexus because it looked good too,
Hmm.
but I never got a chance to pick it up. I plan on it though. I plan on picking it up, but I feel like,
Well, I hear you
uh,
have to play the other ones first.
yeah, that's my thing. Is that
It's
like
like
there
it's the
because
last
Ratchet and
game.
Clank has a big franchise. There's a lot of games,
Yeah,
and some of them good, some of them eh. But like it's not like Jack and Daxter where they label the games Jack and Daxter, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack Combat Evolved, or I'm sorry,
yeah,
Combat Racing. You
yeah.
know, so
Because apparently, I think the story's still tied in to Tools of Destruction and Crack
yeah.
in Time. So I still have to play those too.
Yeah, I know, man. I haven't even beaten Ratchet and Clank 1.
Wow,
I haven't even beaten Jack 3 yet.
damn.
I beat Jack 1. I almost 100%ed Jack 1. I'm so proud.
No.
Uh, I like, and I mean almost. Like, I'm at 99% on that trophy count. It pisses me off every single day. I have to get every precursor orb. Do you know how hard that is? That's so hard.
Oh, I assume it's very hard.
It's like you have to get every coin in Mario. You stupid? I'm not going to
Damn.
do that, but I have to do it. I beat Jack 2. That took me like 10 years.
Oh, great game.
Did I love that game? It's hard though. I forgot how hard it
Oh my
was.
gosh, it.
The checkpoints suck. Like,
Oh
good
yeah.
God. You'll get halfway through a level. Like, I'm not even halfway. You'll get like at the end. You'll die, and you're all the way back at the beginning.
Yeah, I would say Jack 2 is probably the hardest one.
Yeah, Jack 2 is brutal.
Oh yeah.
Jack 2 is so brutal. No wonder I couldn't beat it as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what? That was actually what I was thinking. I was playing the game, and I remember being like, you know, why couldn't I beat this as a kid? It's actually pretty easy. And I got to like halfway through the game. I'm like, no wonder this game is a living hell.
It's so
Like,
hard.
it's so hard. But yeah, dude, I have like such a huge list of games to play and movies to watch,
I
and
know, same.
oh man, and
So much
like
stuff.
so much, and like I feel like it's a responsibility. So I'm like, schoolwork, you can wait. I got stuff I got to do. Like I have to go catch this Pokemon or whatever. Still haven't beaten Soul Silver, by the way. I'm almost
Mm.
done.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the 8th gym leader.
Nice.
I breeded my Pokemon like a madman because I'm sick like that,
Wow.
and I sent them all over to my new data on Gen 4 and 5.
Cool.
So I have like a Cyndaquil and like a Piplup, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. But
Yeah. And then the Ratchet and Clank movie is coming out next week.
I'm scared, man.
Same.
Do
So
you
excited.
think? Okay, actually, we should talk about that. I didn't know it was coming out next week, dude. What do you think? Do you honestly think it's gonna do good?
I don't. Well, is the movie pretty much the game?
I'm assuming it's Ratchet and Clank 1, but the only difference between Ratchet and Clank 1 and this is that Ratchet actually isn't a douchebag. Because in Ratchet and Clank, the first game, he's actually kind of a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming.
No, because I don't know if the new Ratchet and Clank game is pretty much the movie. I'm not sure. It's probably not. Like, it's probably more comedic.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think we talked about this before. The trailer, like,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
pretty.
amazing.
It wasn't amazing at all.
No.
I remember actually, you know what? I saw the trailer in theaters. I don't know what movie I saw, but I remember seeing the trailer in theaters. Nobody laughed, and I was all like, "This is not a good sign."
Dude, same.
I was
Like,
like, "This is not a good
like I
sign."
actually thought that in terms of trailers, I thought the Angry Birds trailer looked better than the Ratchet and Clank trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually got more laughs out of that.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks though because like I look at Blockade Entertainment or whatever, and I'm
Hmm.
kind of like, you guys can do some really cool stuff. Like the animation looks good.
Yeah.
Like they look like Ratchet and Clank. The world looks nice, and like the teaser trailer, like I was like, they look really good. But
Yeah.
like after Heavenly Sword, because I think they did Heavenly Sword. God, that movie sucked so hard. Oh my god. But I have hope.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it will do good. I hope the movie's good
Yeah. The
because I'm
Sly.
worried.
Yeah, me too. Me
Oh
too.
yeah, Sly Cooper.
Right? I know. I totally forgot about that, and I was all like, if Ratchet and Clank sucks, man. Because Sly Cooper actually does look like a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I saw the teaser trailer. And I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good.
hmm
Can you deliver?
Wasn't that announced before the Ratchet and Clank movie?
It was announced before, and it's coming out like in 2018 or 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know, man. Ratchet and Clank. I'm hoping. I'm hoping, man.
Oof. Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Speaking of video game movies, I actually did want to bring one thing up.
Huh.
J.J. Abrams, his company, Bad Robot, is still going through with a Half-Life and Portal movie.
Hmm.
But meanwhile, in 2016, we have Warcraft and Assassin's Creed. Two movies which people are extremely excited for. I myself am pretty excited to see. So what do you think, man?
Of what?
Of what the future holds for video game movies?
Well, I don't think we've seen much of the Assassin's Creed movie. I don't think
At
we have a
all.
trailer yet. Yeah.
We got a nice picture of Michael Fassbender.
Yep. But it's just pretty much the cloak and that's it.
Could totally picture like Elijah just sitting down. This movie's gonna be amazing, guys.
For me, I'm not excited really for the Warcraft movie.
Okay.
I don't know because the Hitman movie came out like during the summer of last year, and people said it was terrible. So I don't know really.
But I hear.
Oh.
I hear. Well, Hitman. With Hitman, I hear that it was just like, it's just dumb. Like it wasn't Hitman. It was just stupid. Like, because I played Hitman Absolution. That game is ball bustingly hard, by the way. Game is so hard. Why are games so hard? Just let me win. No, but yeah, but like that game is actually really good. You know, it's a great game. Hitman has a huge legacy, and so for me, it's like I don't know. I feel like Agent 47 probably just didn't understand Hitman very well. But with Warcraft, I'm excited for it because I want to see if it works. I've never played World of Warcraft in my life at all, but I want to see if they can actually do a good job of making a good movie. You know what I mean? And from what I understand, the trailers suck. Like, trailer 2, I heard, was horrible.
Okay.
Like the newest one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I hope it works just because I want to see like video games actually like come to life on the big screen, even though
I don't know. There's been so many like
letdowns
thought of. Because isn't Uncharted still in the works?
Uncharted has been in the works for like 2000. Like I have no idea.
A long time.
And but because nobody has like originally Mark Wahlberg was in it, Robert De Niro. But then that changed, and they just keep switching the project. Directors keep coming on, writers keep coming on. Like, if that movie ever gets made, I feel like it's going to end up being like Fantastic Four. Or, I'm sorry, Fanforstic.
There you go.
Forever. Never forget.
Damn.
I will never forget what that movie did.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Did you see that movie?
Yes.
I
didn't think it was like that bad, but it was still pretty goddamn bad. Like,
pretty bland.
Yeah, like everybody was just like, "You really don't care anymore, do you?"
Yeah, I remember recently, I forget who, but I told someone that they're like joking, obviously, but the biggest disappointment of Fantastic was that there's a scene where Johnny Storm, before he becomes the Human Torch, he's like, "Oh, like I don't like heights. I'm afraid of heights." And me and Elijah, because we saw it at the same time, we look to each other and go, "Oh yeah, this is good. They're gonna make a joke. Like when he becomes Human Torch and he starts flying, like it's gonna be a good dumb joke about it, like about no longer being afraid of heights. This is awesome."
Yeah.
And they didn't do it. I was like,
Oh my god, are you serious?
"Damn
What?
it!" Yeah, like were obviously setting it up. They handed that joke to them, and they didn't do it. It would have been a
Right.
dumb. It would have been a stupid joke,
But like it was a
but it would have
joke.
been it would have
They
been
tried.
stupid. Yeah, and they didn't do it. I thought, why?
My gosh.
Oh
That
man.
movie, man. That movie.
At least that would have been like a point where it's like, oh yeah, that was funny in a dumb way.
Yeah, at least the old Fantastic Four movie, they made a joke about him going supernova. And then at the end they're like, "Oh, we need you to go supernova."
Yeah,
All
that was
right,
funny.
guys. I got it. I mean, at least they did something. But
Uh huh.
no.
Nope.
Anyways, but did you know that J.J. Abrams was doing a Half-Life and Portal movie? I don't know if it's him, but his company is.
I feel like I heard about it,
I
but
didn't
it's
know
just
about that.
nobody's been talking about it.
I mean, hey, if anybody can do it, I think Bad Robot can do a pretty good job just because, you know, they produce pretty goddamn good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Cloverfield.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't like Cloverfield very much.
I thought you did like that movie.
Um, I like aspects about it. I like how it handles itself.
Mm.
Like I like the lore and the mystery behind Cloverfield, but I feel like the movie itself is just kind of like number one, it's horribly filmed. I hate the way it's like that gave people motion sickness. It gives me motion sickness. I never get motion sickness. Also the fact that it kind of turns itself into a horror movie at some point, I'm just like, okay, this is not Godzilla. Like,
Hmm.
stop. But I hear 10 Cloverfield Lane is absolutely astounding. Or
Hmm.
not absolutely astounding, but great, at the very
Hmm.
least. So I mean, and Half-Life and Portal have very, 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 very rich worlds. Like Easter eggs at like every corner. So I think they could work. But my biggest question now is like, do people really want to see that? Because with Half-Life and Portal, you have games that people still today are talking about and wanting sequels to. Like Half-Life 3, how long have people been waiting for that?
Forever.
Yeah, like there was actually a fake trailer in Portal 2 for Half-Life 3.
Damn.
And like people still want that game. I don't think it's ever coming. But I'm sorry guys. I don't know, man. But I mean, I've heard rumors that like they patent the name and like or like they I'm sorry, they trademarked the name Half-Life 3 and stuff like that, but if it ever happens, I don't know, man. But like, I don't know. Video game movies, I just don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just don't know.
Actually, another thing concerning movies,
Mm,
which I just remembered.
yeah.
Did you hear about what's his name? James Cameron about Avatar. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, like 8 sequels a light in the year.
Well, there's gonna be 3 sequels. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure, each released a year apart. I'm pretty sure around Christmas, or that was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was this week, James Cameron announced that the Avatar movies are delayed again because he's making a fourth sequel.
Wait a second. The two movies that are supposed to lead to the movie he just announced are delayed because of that fourth movie. I
Yes.
don't get it.
Yeah,
What?
like they were gonna start, I'm pretty sure this year or next year, but now he's delayed them to make another movie for like one sequel we haven't seen yet.
That. What? I don't get it.
I I don't know.
Is he starting with 4? Are we going Star Wars here? that's some messed up. Like that would be weird. He goes from 1 to 4, then 2 to 3. What the heck are you doing?
I don't know, but apparently Avatar, 3 Avatar sequels weren't enough. He needs a 4th Avatar sequel.
Yeah, I know. What the heck? That's so. Wait a second. So by 3 sequels, you mean there's 3 movies? You're talking
No,
Avatar 2,
no, I mean
Avatar 3, and Avatar
3.
4.
There's supposed to be 3 sequels: Avatar 2, 3, and 4.
And now
And
he's making a 5th one.
yes, that's what I mean.
How do you? Number one, the ending of Avatar is like he stays with the blue people, right?
Yep.
What the heck are you gonna do now?
Wasn't Avatar 2 supposed to be like the ocean or something?
Okay, is he doing a crossover with Titanic now or something? What the heck?
Maybe, I don't know.
Hey man.
Maybe he found another setting and was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
You see one of the blue aliens going down. He finds the Titanic. I knew it.
No.
Leo isn't dead.
He's just a blue person.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what they call that, but like I don't know, but I remember How It Should Have Ended did like a parody where they're leaving the planet. The people, like the humans, are leaving the planet, and I guess like the guy who brought everybody there, the head, like the business guy, was like, "We gotta nuke the planet or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Was that real or was that fake?
Wait, for what?
For How It Should Have Ended, they did like this little scene where it was like, "We gotta nuke the planet." Was that like actually in the movie? Like, is that like an after the credits thing? Yeah, was that like an after the credits scene?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that was just a fake thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, then just nuke it. They can't really do anything about it, can they? Like,
Yeah, they definitely couldn't.
we got some sticks.
Yeah, I was about to say they have sticks.
I mean, hey man, James Cameron, do whatever the heck you want, but why just Avatar? Like,
I don't know.
what is it with bringing dead franchises? Because let's be honest, Avatar's dead. Like,
Yeah.
that movie came out 2000. I want to say when 12? Not 12. Came out when I was in middle school.
Yeah, we were all like in 7th grade, I think.
That was like.
I'll look at it right now.
Okay, thank you.
2009.
Are you serious? That's 7 years.
Oof, damn.
And I was talking like 5 years isn't bad. 7 years is like, okay. No, nobody wants to see your movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something like Star Wars. Okay, that has staying power. People want to see an episode 7, but like nobody cares about Avatar 2.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
And,
who knows?
Oh, so I didn't read it, but apparently there's like this article talking about Avatar.
Yeah.
Just because, all this, we're supposed to have so many sequels to it.
Yeah.
It was amazing because it pointed out how Avatar is like the most highest grossing film of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's had like no impact whatsoever on cinema.
I know, it hasn't at all. Like,
it's amazing because it's the highest grossing movie of all time, but like it's had no lasting impact on anything.
Mm-hmm. Titanic has, but what's it called hasn't. Like, I can't remember a parody of that movie since it came out. Like, I can't remember a good one. I remember there's still like parodies of Titanic today, and Star Wars today, and whatever the heck else you want to put in there. But like, you know what I mean? Like, Avatar is just kind of irrelevant. Oh well, man. What you gonna do?
I don't know.
Huh? What you gonna do? All right, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
I feel like there's something else that was good to say, but I can't remember.
Oh, you can just take. I'll edit it in there. I'll try and impersonate you. No, I'm kidding, man.
Yeah, I can't remember. So
that's fine, man. All right. Well, I think are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. I'm hungry. I gotta go get some dinner. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching this Just Podcast episode 7. Oh. Should we title this episode 7 The Force Awakens? I totally didn't realize that. No. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching Just Nerds episode 7 of the podcast, the Phantom Podcast or whatever. You guys have a great day, great night.
The Twitter.
Yes, don't you guys forget to. What is it? You follow us on Twitter? Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was about to say tweet us on Twitter, but I was like, that's stupid. Yeah, but follow us on Twitter. We don't have a Facebook yet, do we?
No, I'm
right,
pretty
well-
sure. I'll link it below if I remember. I'm pretty sure it's at Nerds Just. I think I just
Okay.
realized.
Okay. Follow us on Twitter at Nerds Just, right?
Yeah, I
At
think so.
Nerds Just. Okay.
Yep.
At Nerds Just.
It's at Nerds
And
Just.
yeah, where Jonathan posts up some stuff, whether it be a word of encouragement or some gaming or movie news.
Oh, it was I remember now
What was it?
because I posted the picture of Rita Repulsa for the new Power Rangers movie.
Mm.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I didn't see Rhea Repulsa.
It's Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa.
They're actually going through with that dark Power Rangers movie, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it's dark, but it's definitely
I
could
heard
be
it's supposed to
something.
be dark.
She looks weird. She's like dressed in green and gold.
Huh. All right. Well, this is gonna be well, go Power Rangers, whatever.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching again for like the third time, and you guys take care.
See ya.
Yep.